Just when you think you've solved it, you're dead wrong.
They were handcuffed and later taken to jail.
Why are they putting this on us?
I think they should cut it out now, because this ain't gonna solve the problem.
I told you I don't want you living with roaches.
Warning, this show contains graphic depictions, tasteless painting, and real-life accounts of the most nefarious of activities. Yea, though they do try to project themselves as upstanding, productive members of society, these two knuckleheads just ain't worth a damn. If any of you should find this show to be offensive, turn it off and stop being such a vagina.
What's happening, Captain?
What up, homie?
This is this is kind of awkward. This is way too much technology, having to do this shit via Skype because of the whole coronavirus situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit weird, but I'm kind of digging it, to be honest. I mean, social distancing is cool, and I don't have to be as close to you.
I don't mind the social distancing. It's just, I don't know, fucking ramifications and configurations and settings and all this other bullshit, bro. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's definitely a burden. I mean, there's no doubt that shit is fucking monkey wrenched up.
It's giving you too much free time. I think you said you crashed your drone the other day.
Yeah, well, no, yesterday, dude, sucks. Just got it back out of the shop. I mean, this has got to be like the 10th fucking one that I've crashed, right? So I'm starting, I don't know. So, I mean, long story short, I figured out a new way to record myself on the one wheel that's fucking super dope. So what I would do is I would set the drone up in front of me, flying backwards, recording me, right? So the drone's flying backwards, the camera's facing me.
That sounds tight.
Yeah, super dope. So I do that until the fucking battery's about to die. I get to like this part of the road where I guess so there's trees above me, and I stop because I'm about to take the fucking thing down. I grab my one wheel, pop it over the curb so I'm not on the street, and then in that moment when I'm looking down to grab my one wheel, the fucking drone like accelerated up, or like fucking it just like went vertical and flew into the trees. And then of course once it does that, its propellers start fucking breaking into 1,000 pieces, and then it falls from whatever height that it was currently breaking itself into straight down to the ground, and then it shatters into more pieces. Fucking horrible, bro.
Yeah, they don't do too well once they start flying into other shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, fucking, this is bullshit. So I feel confident that, again, this is going to be another one of those internal errors, so I won't have to pay for the repair. But this is getting ridiculous, bro. It's like dude, I went like a whole year without crashing one of these fucking things. And the funny thing about that is that, dude, so I bring the drone. So I've had the Mavic, let's say, for 3 years, and I've probably gone through 10 of them, honestly. So I've had the thing for, so what is that, like three a year average?
Yeah.
Something like that. So we go to Mexico, and fucking I bring the drone, and I don't know, for some reason, when I'm out of the country, I feel, I get freaked out flying because I feel like there's just different laws and shit. I don't know, it's weird. So I'm flying the drone in Mexico. The fucking battery pops out at 200 feet. This thing literally falls out of the sky through a forest, the canopy of a forest, and then bam, like lands on the fucking ground. Fully fucking functional. Bitch works like a charm after that.
Yeah.
Got mad dents in the fucking case, in the metal case, like showing that it took an ass whooping, but like just avoided hitting all the vital parts, you know?
That's scary, bro. What do you think might happen to you if the fucking federales come up on you and they're like, no, and then they start popping clips into guns and shit, bro?
I mean,
that shit could happen.
Yeah, it could definitely happen. I don't know. I mean, I'd fucking run, bro. I don't know. What do you do when the fucking when the Mexican police are after you?
Yeah,
I'm fucking out of there, dude. I'm not sticking around and watch these fucking people. I can't even understand. Like, Aura. I'm like, what now? Huh? What
yeah, bro. That shit's scary. I went to I work on the boats for the Reloaded 504s. I sailed to Colombia one time, and we went there, dropped some barges, we were leaving, and then they said, come back, we need to search you. and then we get back
You
into port.
specifically?
The whole boat.
Oh,
They call a boat and they're like, "We need to search y'all. Come on back." So we go on back, and a tall white dude gets on board, and he's like, "Look, I'm bringing on the Colombian National Police. Let them walk through every compartment. Don't leave them alone, and don't make any sudden movements." And
Oh,
I'm
damn.
Like, oh, bruh, that sounds pretty serious, you know?
That sounds real bad, bro.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad as if they're like, okay, look, we're going to need everybody to fucking go and take a pee right now, but we're going to stand and watch you.
Yeah. And so they're making their way through the boat. They are short and dark, and they're dressed in army fatigues, and they're like
Jesus.
double strapped, bro. They got pistols on their side, and they got machine guns with them.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm not feeling too confident about the whole situation, you know? So dude's in the engine room, and he wants to open boxes and look at shit, but he doesn't have a knife. So I hand him my knife, and when I hand him my knife, he cuts himself while I'm handing him the knife.
Oh, my
And he
God. Now
jumps.
you fucking...
Yeah,
Now you're an attempted murderer.
he jumps, and he looks at me all bug-eyed, and I'm just like, you know, palms up, like, don't fucking shoot me, you know? So he fucking gets through that whole situation. Then they start walking through compartments. They get to my room. He opens up a drawer in my bunk, and I'm the only person staying in this room. I didn't use any of those drawers. He opens up a drawer. I ain't lying to you, Todd. There was a Ziploc bag full of white powder in the fucking drawer, bro. In the drawer. And my heart just fucking melted. I'm like, I'm going under the fucking jail. I'm going under the. I'm gonna be buried in fucking Colombia, bro. It was somebody had detergent, laundry detergent, for some reason in that room, in that drawer, and I'm like, what are the fucking odds of that shit, bro? Like, I'm over here having a heart attack, way too young to have a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, everything was cool, everything was fine, but I don't know. I don't trust them because I can't tell what they're saying, so I don't know what they're thinking, so I don't know what they're about to do. So, and they're strapped and I'm not, so I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly, dude. It's like the only option, really. And then, fuck, you're on a boat, so it's like you can't even really run. All you can do is maybe, like, man overboard yourself and swim.
Yeah, no, you can't run. You've signed up for it, and you're in there 120, bro, until the end. Fuck.
No shit. Going down with the ship, as they say.
Bro.
That's fucked up, though, so, like, you know, they didn't give anybody a chance to go, like, stash their shit or go flush their shit or toss their shit, you know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, we up on this motherfucker. Everybody just stay where they at and don't touch a thing.
Yeah, no sudden movements. Don't excite my people whose thoughts and words you have no idea about.
Yeah, who have had their safety off since they got here.
Yeah, just died. Itchy trigger fingers, bro.
It's fucking crazy. And then they find the fucking the gallon Ziploc of Coke in your fucking in your bunk. That's
my heart just like leapt out of my chest when I saw that shit. Because the first thing I could think of was, that's not mine. But of course, everybody's gonna fucking say that's not mine. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are you supposed to do, bro? Anyhow. I live to tell the tale, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you made it through that one, bro.
I got some shout-outs I want to give to some supporters of Reloaded 504. Always like Coca-Cola, baby. About to give some shout-outs.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I want to give some shout-outs,
my Casey
bro.
Red.
I want to give some shout-outs to several people. I want to give a big shout-out to Belgium. They were officially the first foreign country to check out our new website, reloaded504.com. Solid. And they've been coming back. So thank you, Belgium. Appreciate y'all, bruh.
Vogelstein did Belgium is mine.
Yeah, I don't know how you say that in Belgianese, but whatever. Peace, water.
It's the flixable.
Yeah. Big ups. I also want to thank Nigeria, New Zealand, the British Virgin Islands, and Argentina for new downloads from those regions, which is super important. Thank y'all for downloads in all those regions. We appreciate y'all.
Shout out very much. Don't forget about South Dakota, though, bro.
Yeah, South Dakota, too. Can't neglect South Dakota, bro.
You gotta sprinkle some U.S. in there.
Yeah, for sure. U.S. Shit, the mainstay is the U.S. I'm excited when I see people in other countries download it, because I mean, what the fuck language do they speak in Belgium, bro? So somebody's over there translating in their head what we say. What do you think they translate when we say like, "What up, bruh"?
What up, bruh? To them means they hear yodeling.
Yeah, yo, the leahy who.
Yeah. Just like in South Africa, like the big thing is like we're like, hey, what up, bro? What up, dude? What up, man? They're like, brew. What up, brew? It's just like 100%. It's brew.
Somebody over there is walking around with his hat slightly pointed east, talking about, what up, bruh? What up, bruh? What up, bruh? Yeah, I'm about to go to Canberra. I'm about to go to Canberra.
Yeah, you would think so. Ain't nobody doing it like that.
Maybe not, but hopefully we start a culture over in Belgium. You know what I'm saying? And Argentina too.
The Bells. The Belgians.
Shout
they
out!
Make great fucking waffles. Really good waffles.
Great waffles.
They are like
beer and steins, bro. They got beer steins that are championed only probably more so by the Germans, but yeah, man, I've had some Belgian beer, deliciousness.
Belgian, as a matter of fact, you bring up their chalices or their glassware, their drinkware.
Yeah.
It's fabled that their drinking ornaments are carved from dragon bones.
Dragon bones.
Dragon bones, yes. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. Maybe it was a dragon in my throat. I don't know.
Shout out Belgium for the dragon glassware, the dragon beerware.
It's boneware.
Boneware, my bad. And Argentina. Hey, let me just dedicate this to Argentina, if I may. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, I never left you. All right, that's it. That was for me for Argentina.
That was beautiful. That was moving.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That took me places.
Anyway, bro. Hey, I ran across a strange superstition in Argentina. It's bad luck to mention a certain president's name. From back in 89 to 99, Argentina had a president by the name of Menem. This dude was bad luck all around. He was blamed for an economic crisis after his tenure in office, I think in 2001. Two of his appointed ministers died early deaths. One time he patted the knee of a soccer player before a game, and that player broke that leg.
Jesus.
Yeah. This President Menem...
So how did he last so long in office? Like, what the fuck? He was fucking somebody.
I guess...
Or he was
like
greasing somebody's pockets.
Fart in a room that just won't go away. I have no idea. Yeah, he had to be paying people off. He jinxed tennis players. This is everything I've done research on this dude. He jinxed tennis players, race car drivers, famous dancers and singers. He once shook the hand of a boat racer before a big race, and that boat driver guy wrecked and lost the arm that the president shook.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But, wait.
This ain't no bullshit.
Called a boat pilot. But anyway, I digress from you.
Yeah. Why'd you digress, bro?
Yeah, that's amazing that this fucking dude. So I'm just wondering. Like, I need to see. He must have been a good-looking fella. Like, because people were still willing to fuck with him.
I guess, bro. Like, he must have had the gift of gab or some shit, bro. He suffered a failed marriage and the death of his son. And
did
so
he
it's
murk
bad
his son?
luck.
How did his son die?
I don't know. They didn't say. I didn't look any further. But they say it's bad luck to even mention his name because of all the bad luck that surrounded him.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
It is fucked up. And I just said his name like 6 times, so I'm probably going to die.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, we're not
nice knowing you,
we're
bro.
not Argentines, so it's gravy.
So I can't go to Argentina now. Like, I got a warrant over there because death's looking out for me.
Well, you started this whole episode, this whole bit asking Argentina not to cry for you, so they ain't gonna feel sorry for you when you go over there.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
They won't.
The truth is, I never left you.
They're gonna embrace you with the cold steel of fucking handcuffs.
Yeah, probably so. if I make it there in one piece, that is.
That is true. And you know those Argentine... Have you ever seen an Argentine... excuse me, I just...
Argentinian?
A chill went through my wiener. Have you ever seen the women's Argentinian volleyball United volleyball team?
No.
The national team. Well, Google that shit as soon as you get a chance. Not in front of me, because I'm not trying to... it's amazing, bro.
Is that what the chill was that went through your wiener? Are they all smoking?
Dude, fucking amazing. It's like that movie Weird Science back in the early 90s or late 80s, Weird Science,
Yeah.
but it's like 11 of them. Like they just like chicks went into this box and then came out perfect.
Jesus. That's pretty
It's
serious.
nuts. Yeah.
I believe you too. I've never been to Argentina. I can't really say, and I've never met an Argentinian, so I don't know.
I think I'm gonna name my first daughter Argentina. I think that's a pretty girl name.
Yeah, but then you can't cry for her. That's for sure.
No, she can't cry for me.
True. Don't cry
And
for
every
me,
time
Argentina.
she cries, I slap her. Like, damn it, Argentina!
Bitch, don't cry for me.
Why are you crying for me? Argentina Crane. I like that.
Oh man.
There's actually a street name in the projects, in the St. Bernard projects, that I drive by all my life to this day. The street name is, I don't even really know how to pronounce it. It's Sere. And all my life, that was weird. All my life.
All my one life.
All my life.
That's what
I've
you just
always,
said. All my one life.
All my life, I thought that was like a cool girl name.
Yeah.
But now it's fucking it's Siri. So Sere but it's pronounced Siri or Sere, something like that.
Oh
but
yeah.
now
So
you can't
Siri.
because Siri.
Oh yeah.
Fuck,
That's
man.
fucked. They
God
fucked that
damn you,
name.
Siri.
Hopefully that wasn't like some coveted traditional ethnic name. Can you imagine? What if that was like Mother Teresa or something?
Well, how shitty do you think that like chicks named Alexa feel?
Yeah.
Like people call their name and then like the room starts, how can I help you?
Yeah, that's what they're just supposed to say that now when you summon them. And if they don't, then they suck because there's a billion of those for like $40 that anybody can get. So,
Well, seriously, like what happens when a chick named Alexa like owns an Alexa and somebody says her name? Then Alexa's
I
gonna be like,
guarantee you that it's with the advent of that little contraption, nobody else was ever named Alexa ever again. Just like when fucking Katrina hit, that name went to the dumps. Like nobody's naming their kid Katrina unless they're just an
Right.
asshole.
You still see like occasionally you'll run across a Katrina and you're like, damn, I feel bad for your fucking parents.
Nice fucking name. What's wrong with your people?
Yeah, guy. It was never even a pretty name to begin with, you fucking fat bitch.
I got a concept for you. All right, everybody's like quarantined and bored as fuck, so I invented a new board game, sorta.
Wait, was that a pun?
Sorta.
Bored?
Yeah.
So, how do you cure boredom? With a board
game. Yay. All right, look. All right, I'm sure everybody remembers that board game Clue. You remember that game Clue, right?
I do.
I say remember because I think after a certain generation that game just started collecting dust. But for those that do remember, I propose
I actually,
this.
just a very slight interjection here. So I figured out the formula, the algorithm of Clue, and
There's no
I'd
one
love to play
size
you
fits
sometime.
all, bruh.
I'd love to play you because I can't be beaten. With that said, please keep going.
Okay. You'd probably beat me because I haven't played it since I was like 12. Who plays
Or
that
because
anymore
I'm
anyway, bro?
intellectually superior.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm dismissing all of that. Just because you play Clue doesn't mean you're like an intellect.
No, I don't play Clue. I own Clue.
Okay. Well, then why aren't you fucking paid, bruh?
I mean,
Because
is
the
there a
game
fucking
sucks because
professional-
nobody's buying it anymore. That's why.
Is there a professional Clue circuit that I haven't been called upon?
sure.
Because
I'm sure.
I'm gonna start the United Clue Federation.
Yeah, getaclue.com.
I'm gonna start that. Go on Google. I mean, GoDaddy right now. Get the national or the International Clue Gaming Association. Let's get it started, bro.
ICGA. You're gonna have to think of something more clever than that, though. Something that's got a good ring to it, you know.
I think ICGA is good. We can work on something like an acronym that spells something like kind of dirty. I think that'd be better. Like maybe the
it's gonna have a slightly underground following because I mean it's not super popular anymore. So you could be like Clue Underground National Theologians.
Yeah, so then cunt, right?
Yeah, cunt. Cunt.com.
That's right.
That might be taken.
Yes. Well, you know what? We'll buy that bitch.
Anyway.
Got an extra couple G's lying around from this goddamn disaster.
Yeah, Uncle Sam. That's what you do with that money. Buy a board game federation.
Uncle Donald.
Anyway, bro, I propose a new version of the old school Clue where the characters are world powers and media conglomerates. The weapons are various medical, economic, and corporate distractions, and the crimes are the ones perpetrated across the globe today. So, like, you could have like CNN who killed a politician's reputation in America with fake news, or you could have the Clintons murdered Epstein in a jail cell with a political cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Like real deal shit, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. I like it. I think it's a really good idea. I think it's so good that you might want to like trademark. How do you trademark?
Take it and run with it, bro. I'm constantly giving out little tidbits of great ideas to the Reloaded 504ends. If y'all invent that shit, I hope you live high on a horse. Just send me a thank you and a small check.
Okay. Well, they will.
Cool.
Checks in the mail there, buddy.
Checks in the mail. I just want it to be real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like a realistic game. I saw a commercial the other day, and they got chess, but it's all political figures. You saw that one? Pewter figures. They're all political. They got Trump and whoever else, bro. Like all of the other pieces of shits. Anyway, I figured it could be fashioned after something more realistic. That's all.
That's a good idea. I think, man, like, so you got my wheels spinning now, bro. So they need to update all of the classic games. Like, life has to be updated.
Yeah,
like, they need to have a life game that's actually not from the 40s, right? Like,
I don't even remember that game. I can see the cover in my head, but that's it.
It was shitty, dude. It was like I don't remember it either because it was like an easy, shitty game. But the game of life should be a really hard fucking game.
Yeah, it should. It should fuck you at every turn.
Right. Like,
taxes, unemployment, taxes.
Yeah, like, I mean, literally anything. I think that I'm going to invent I'm going to put some thought into this and then maybe invent the next big board game. Because I think that's a niche that's been neglected.
You should redo Life. It should be Life 2.0, and somewhere in there should be a box with a button where you have to press it and find out whether or not you're about to get punched in the face.
Fuck yeah. Life 2020. Or Life 2030. How about that?
You press it and something comes out and it's just like...
Well, they have a video, or not a video game, a board game. What's the one where it's like on a random timer and like, I don't know, I forget.
Mousetrap?
Yeah, it's kind of like Mousetrap, but no, it's like you put your face in something. All right, I want to say that it's like a bear trap, and you put your face in a bear trap, and like it's like a tick timer thing, and you're asking questions, and then the thing clasps on your face, whatever. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Are you gonna get? Is it gonna draw blood though? Like, are you gonna get physically hurt, or are you just gonna get smacked around?
It depends on which edition you purchase. Like,
dude, this is a great idea, bro. You could get like, oh, I'm sorry, you just got syphilis.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's gonna be all that, like the 100% real, like the real life shitty things that happen to everybody shit.
Yeah. Your cousin is selling dope 24/7, balling. You're hard up for cash. What do?
Right.
Choose your own adventure.
Do you get a pound from him, or do you get him to break off a slab and go on a month-long trip to Haiti? What do you do?
Damn it, man. Hey, all the Reloaded 504 out there, at least all the locals, Big Al Carson from Pirates Alley. Y'all used to see him all the time. Big, huge black dude singing on stage on Bourbon Street. Died.
Didn't sound like this.
No, he didn't sound like fucking Satchmo, bro. He sounded like himself. He died of a heart attack, though. I thought it was the coronavirus, but 66 years old. He died of a heart attack, which is way too soon. But he was way big, bro.
Rest in peace, homie.
Yeah, bro. We'll be taking a shot tonight to him anyway, bro.
So
yeah.
are you saying that I sound like Satchmo?
Will I talk like this when I sing like this?
Yeah. That's Satchmo all the way.
And then, okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I wanted to clarify.
Use that voice and say, do you know what it means to miss New Orleans?
Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans?
Yeah, straight up.
No,
that's what happened.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going back to my home in the Ninth Ward.
You sound like you have cerebral palsy and you're trying to take a shit. I don't even know, bro. That was rough.
Maybe that is what I'm doing.
All right, bro. I'm moving on.
Move the fuck on.
Check it out. I found this place in Louisiana. There's a fort in Louisiana on the east bank of the Mississippi where it lets out into the Gulf. The town's name is Buras. The fort was built in 1792 under Spanish rule. And then you fast forward 12 years and it's being bought from France in a Louisiana purchase. It was used in the Civil War. It was occupied and added on to during World War I. It never really saw any action. Then it was decommissioned in 1920. All right. Fast forward 58 years, it gets occupied by a cult. Louisiana had its own fucking cult dug down into a fort at the head of passes where the fucking mouth of the Mississippi is. Had no idea, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we're talking like some super coon ass motherfucking like no teeth.
I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they like emigrated there or like how do you find yourself in such a remote location? This was like severely remote location. I think they were just looking for a free place to squat. You know what I'm saying?
I think the people that live near there, I think they call it the end of the earth or like the end of the world or something like that.
I could believe it.
Because it's like the farthest point, like you can't.
Yeah.
You'll just end up moist if you go any further.
Yeah, it's there and then water, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's nuts. So
supposedly there's still bison out there, bro.
Wait, what's that?
There's still like bison or buffalo or something out there. Occasionally you'll see one.
No way.
Yeah.
In Louisiana.
Yeah.
A fucking bison.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
You got to go out there to find out, though. And then you can't really get out there, and then most of the shit is fucked up since Katrina, bro. Like, it really took a beat down during Katrina. I don't know that anybody went out there to tour it. Like, it wasn't like a tourist destination, but it was one of those abandoned places that, you know, people put on a map and other people go check out type of situation.
Yeah, but regarding the bison... do we have the right kind of environment for a bison?
I don't know. It's just what turned up in my research. I wasn't able to go down there to verify.
Well, let's fucking go charter a helicopter.
Yeah.
And let's go hunt these fucking bison, these Louisiana swamp bison.
I know it sounds ridiculous, bro. I'm not making this shit up. This is just all reading material, bro. It came from reading material. The cult lived there for 12 years, and then the leader committed suicide. Which, like, what's that turn of phrase, bro? Like, how trite is that?
He's not very enigmatic.
Yeah, he couldn't. He was like, well, what do most cult leaders do? Oh, I know, commit suicide. Pack.
Yeah, no, he's like, okay, everybody, 1, 2. And everybody was looking around. I didn't fucking think he was gonna do it.
Yeah, right. I'm not doing that shit. Did he think we were doing that with him? We're not doing that with him. What the fuck is he talking about?
All right, 1, 2, 3, cheers! Everybody throws their shot over their shoulder, and this dude's fucking the only one taking his shot.
He did. Basically, that's what happened. He committed suicide. The cult stayed there for a few more years after that.
No, did they fuck his dead corpse?
I don't know what they did. Maybe he's buried there. I don't know. But believe it or not, this cult has a Facebook page, and it's still active.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Reloaded 504ians, y'all can look them up. They're called Vela Ashby. VELAASHBY. That was the name of the cult, all right? On Facebook, they're called Vela Ashby Preservation Chronicles Phase 2. So, evidently, Phase 1, maybe the leader was the only person that had the password to that account, and they had to create Phase 2 after he fucking murked himself.
No, that's why they kept on, like, they kept sitting on his dead, bloated body. They were like,
what's the password?
Well,
I don't know if you've ever tried to recover a password from Facebook, but it's a fucking act of Congress, bro. They were probably taking pictures of his dead body face, and they were like, yes, it's me. Please give me the password.
Yeah, right. I want to learn how to join this. Well, actually, I'm interested in overtaking the cult.
Well, from what I gathered, it's really hard to access the property as is. But on top of that, there's a lot of wreckage because of like the storms and shit. So it's not in a livable condition anymore, like as it was when they discovered it and took it over.
That's fine, bro. I don't want to live in the fucking boonies.
How the fuck does anybody
anyway.
just take over a fort?
Dude, it's called squatting, bro.
I understand that, but you would think the state would be like, no, man, that's a fort. You can't just take it over.
Well, dude, what if we decided that we wanted to live... Did I ever tell you about the time that Market Street Power Plant, there was this other YouTube dude who had, like, contacted me via YouTube.
Yeah, you told me before you did it, and I was, like, advising against it. You're going to meet a stranger in the middle of the night in an abandoned place. That's like...
Yeah, it was
Here's
awesome.
some candy, little kid.
Well, I'm a fucking grown man. I can defend myself. If the dude wanted to try some funny business, I'll fuck him up.
Bro, all he had to do was spray you with mace and then cover your mouth with ether, and you're done. So what happened, bro? Tell me what happened, bro. So you went to meet a total stranger in an abandoned place.
Who does that, bro? Who just maces and then ether and then rapes people? Who does that?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay, well, what are the odds that this fucking cat was Jeffrey Dahmer's son?
He could have been his third cousin. He could have been like an enthusiast, a Jeffrey Dahmer enthusiast.
Okay, well, it worked out because I thwarted him at every turn. So anyway, long story short, bro, we're up in Market Street Power Plant. No, as a matter of fact, I think we were at the place that's called the End of the World. Those three, the naval buildings that we went into.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, we didn't go into those, did we?
No, we never went there. But this is where you met the dude? Let me recap for the people. Hold up. For the people, for Reloaded 504ians, if you go to our YouTube channel, Todd and I broke into an abandoned coal plant that sits on the Mississippi River in New Orleans and got a ton of footage, drone footage, body cam footage, dope footage, and set it all to music. So it's a quick thrill. It's like a 2-minute music video with tons of basically showcasing graffiti, because that place is like the biggest unknown art gallery in New Orleans. I have over 200 pictures in my phone, and they're all different pieces. It's fucking amazing. Y'all should go check that out. Anyway, so you went and met this dude where? At the Naval Base or the Market Street place?
We did both, but the story that I'm trying to tell, I guess, and you know me and my fucking stories.
Yeah.
But anyway, we ended up like running into a fucking homeless dude who claimed that he had been living there for like 7 months.
And this is where?
This was either at Market Street. I want to say it was at the End of the World, the Naval Base.
All right, the Naval Base.
But it was either they were both similar. Like it was similar because you're basically just traversing through dark ass abandoned corridors of like, that was, from an era, let's say 30, 40 years ago, maybe, give or take.
Yeah.
That's still like, it was fully industrialized, like machinery and equipment is still there. And like Dave said, like fucking just mad graffiti. So it's aesthetically wild as fuck. And it's spooky as fuck. And it's dark because if you're there at night, there's no electricity, blah, blah, blah. Then you run across random strangers that claimed to be living there. So yeah, so this is how we started talking about this. Yeah, sure enough, like you just go live somewhere and you live there.
No
That's
shit.
where he lives.
Yeah, and you just threw yourself into this mix.
I mean, I didn't know I was gonna meet the dude who was living there, but I was already into this mix. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the second time I had hung out with dude. The first time was not long after you and I had gone, so I was like, yeah, I can show you around. Like it's cool. Like he was basically asking me to go with him to show him around.
How did he know to ask you?
He saw my YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he saw. I guess I did a couple of like a 3-part series of us walking through.
Gotcha.
You should definitely go check that out on Todd Cranola on YouTube.
Yeah, but more importantly, check out Reloaded 504 on YouTube. Market Street Power Plant video. Dope.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely check that. So I believe this was the second time. So the second time he recruits me again, and he's got another one of his buddies. So it's 3 of us, and we go to. There's an abandoned naval plant, basically on the banks of the Mississippi River. I say on the border of the Maroney and the Ninth Ward.
Yeah.
So it's. It's kind of far out there, but it's 3 humongous fucking buildings, like 4 levels or 3 levels. It's been abandoned since forever.
Y'all couldn't have possibly covered it all. I was jealous, bro. I knew you were going, and I was like, that's a bad idea, but motherfucker, I wish I was going. What'd you bring, bro? Did you bring, like, a knife with you or some shit?
I mean, just the usual shit, right? Like, so I'm whatever I have to protect myself, and then whatever shit I have to escape if I have to. Yeah, just flashlights and knives and whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like bringing my AK or anything like that.
Roger.
But I mean, dude, you go into those situations it's a stealth operation. You're not going into like a fucking battle, you know what I'm saying? You're going in there looking to avoid people.
Yeah. Somebody might want to fucking snug up to your booty hole. You never know, bro. You got to be careful. You need to protect your anus.
And then I would, and then you have to make the personal choice. Are you gonna fight or flight?
Yeah.
And then you make that decision.
Throwing stars, I think, is something that I have not considered when I was doing that, but that's a great idea.
Oh man, I used to love those things.
Me
Do you
too.
remember, bruh? Back when we were kids, so when I was a kid growing up in New Orleans, occasionally you would go to the French market in the quarter. My story, occasionally. And they used to sell fucking Chinese stars at the bitch at the time. Like, they used to sell all kind of, like, weaponry and knives and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But more specifically, Chinese stars. It was, like, the only place that I knew to get Chinese stars. Well, that was the fucking shit back in the day.
I found a place when I was, 10 or 12 and bought one, and then my mom found it, and she was like, oh, no. And then I went to a karate, fuck do you call that? It's like a convention or some shit where you fight other people, you know? I took karate. So I went and I think I was... Oh,
you took karate?
Yeah. I was in a match or something. And one of the things they had in the display underneath the little glass counter was a necklace. But really all it was a Chinese throwing star with a tiny hole drilled in it, and then it was on a chain.
Yeah.
A little cheap-ass fucking the army chain, you know?
Right.
So I bought that, and that was my loophole. And my mom was like, oh, I guess you can have that. And then as soon as I got it, I took it off the thing. So I was like, yes, throwing star.
She had to know, dude. I mean, come on.
I don't know how she knew, but for some reason that was okay and the other thing wasn't. I didn't understand that. I don't know. She did her best.
Maybe like the adult is thinking, well, the kid doesn't realize that he's how do you... That's a weird.
She just did the best she could, bro. She confiscated fucking Digital Underground's album from me because the title of the album was Sex Packets.
Sex Packets, right? I hear you.
I had to buy that tape like 4 fucking times, bro. She kept taking it from me.
Right, and I'm sure I had to do the same. Like I had to hide it, like obviously. But what I'm getting at is that like there's that weird cat and mouse aspect, and then like so you found the loophole, but she let it slide. Like I would have been like, bro, I'm not that stupid. I know what you're doing. Like put the fucking necklace down.
I was persistent. Maybe she just got tired of fighting me on it.
Yeah.
She's like, fine, fucking poke a hole in your artery, whatever.
Well, the fucked up thing about the Chinese stars, and I guess I was raised by my grandmother, so not a lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
So I had many fucking Chinese throwing stars, but like no matter how, neither me or any of my neighborhood friends were any good. Like rarely could we even get it to stick into a fucking tree.
Yeah, it takes it takes forever practice. That and the fucking butterfly knife. I was so enthralled when I finally got one of those.
Yep. Yeah, same thing. Right, like I'm gonna be flipping this thing around like a goddamn greaser in the 50s.
Just can't wait to cut my fucking finger off.
Yeah. And fucking you like try it for half an hour and that's a wrap. You're like, fuck this thing.
Did you have the stiletto hair comb?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Everybody had one of them bitches. You were like,
yeah, the switchblade comb.
I never came across a real switchblade as a kid, and I never came across a stiletto. Didn't they call them a stiletto, where the blade just like sprang up out of the handle?
Yeah, I think the switchblade it flings out from the side, and
right,
the stiletto
that's a switchblade.
shoots up.
Yeah. I never came across a stiletto. I don't ever think I saw a switchblade in person my whole life. Like I don't know what happened to those. You'd think they'd be wildly popular. No,
yeah,
didn't happen.
What about those knives that you swing around? It's got the holes. It's got like the 2 guards.
That's the butterfly knife.
That's a butterfly knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
I did have
those
one
are
of
the
those.
ones that like you have to train and show. You have to like go to gymnastics class to fucking learn how to.
Yeah, without cutting your fingers off.
Right.
You know what else I had that was pretty dope? They belonged to a cop. Like some chick stole them for me. She's dead now, so I guess I could say her name. Remember Nettle's girlfriend, Rossi?
Yeah. Fuck, man. I wish
I forget if her father was the cop and she stole him from him and gave him to me, or her friend's father was a cop. Anyway, I got nunchucks from her.
Oh, sweet.
They were like solid mahogany. I thought they were so dope, and I showed them to my cousin who was from Port Sulphur, and this bitch was rugged, bro. She was raw. She was like, yeah, I got some of those, but I drilled them out and I put lead in them. I'm like, God damn, you a gangster as fuck.
Yeah. No, nunchucks, always intriguing at first, and then you'd bang yourself on the fucking nuts or the knee or the back or the head, and you're like, fuck this shit, man.
Well, you know, it was dope. I had like foam ones before she gave me those, so I could already fling them around without fucking myself up.
Oh, so you were like a little fucking ninja back in.
Yeah, bro, I was a ninja. That's exactly right. I was a ninja. But no, I was flinging those around, so I knew what to do with them. So when she gave me those, it was all the better because they actually had some weight to them, so you could actually fling them around. I don't know, bro. They're fucking fun. And then I saw that crazy ass video with Bruce Lee to where he's supposedly, and nobody knows if this is a real video or not, but it's Bruce Lee on one side of a ping pong table and a guy on the other with a ping pong paddle. And
it's not real.
He is whacking the fucking ping pong ball back and forth across the table using nunchucks.
I mean, maybe it is real. I don't know.
Who can say if anything's real with Bruce Lee? Like, he was like a fucking Chinese Jesus, bro.
Well, is it that he's just so mysterious? Like, somebody has to have the answers. Like, he was an Americanized Chinese dude. Like, he was like dating a white chick with blonde hair. His fucking son is like half white, dude.
Yeah.
So somebody's holding back. Like, we just haven't done the research, bro.
Of
We need to read the
course.
book.
Dude, if you do something amazing right now, give it 40 years and then the story's gonna like mushroom out into some crazy shit. It'll be surrounded by mystery and folklore and all this other crap. Just give it like 40 years, 40, 50 years, and, the sky's the limit. It's gonna turn into something crazy, bro.
100%, bro. Like, even I've found that, like, even my stories in my life from 25 years ago, like, some of those have grown legs. Like, I don't quite remember, what exactly specifically happened.
Fuck no, dude. You and I sit here and talk about crazy shit that happened to us back in the G, and then I listen to it later on, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't think that's how that happened, but that sounds good, whatever.
Yeah, that's the kind of, like, it's like, there's no embellishment, but it's, it's just, that's probably how it happened.
I remember as a kid, you build ramps, you jump them with your bike, and your friends and all of that shit. So we're on the street one day and we're building ramps and jumping them with our bikes, and we build this just ridiculously tall fucking ramp, right? And I'm like, I'm championing this whole fucking effort. I'm like, I'm doing this. Y'all stand back. You know what I'm saying? I go all the way down to the end of the street and just pedal my fucking ass off. And then I hit this ramp, and long story short, I end up basically cheese grating the backside of my legs and ass on the fucking cement. Now, in my mind, I'm like, holy shit, I just did a backflip. Never mind the cheese grate, and I'm like, whatever, it's fucking scars for the fucking story, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, holy shit, I just flipped completely backwards and blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm saying this at the top of my lungs while I'm bleeding profusely, and I guess my friends are just going along with it because, they're like, oh, the dude's bleeding profusely. I think that's what happened. I don't even know. I just... heard the screams and shit. But honestly, looking back on it, like after telling that story for years, I'm like, you know what? I don't think that I did a complete backflip. I think I just fucking kicked my bike out from underneath me because I hit a ramp too fast, too high.
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Probably.
What do you do, bro? Do you go with the fucking... I think I just kicked it out, or do you go with I did a backflip and then bled profusely?
Backflip all day, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So you just go with it, you know what I'm saying? And if you got a scar to prove it somewhere, it adds validity, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now, you gotta, there's a fine line, bro. It really not even a fine line. I mean, Jesus Christ. It should be an obvious hard line. But, so I don't know these people now because basically in my filtering of... Anyway, do you remember the people back in the day, like in high school, when there was tons of personalities, like the person that would just always lie, like nothing, that was always a lie. It didn't matter. It was always just talking shit.
Yes,
always,
absolutely.
Always.
Tons of them.
And it's like, dude, everybody knows that you're full of shit. What do you, like, what is it? Like, I used to hate people like that.
They were different calibers, though. They would be like... There would be the jock dude that always lied about what he was capable of doing, whatever that was. It was like a pissing contest, strong arm type shit. Then there was the dude that was like more in my circle. That was like the fucking druggy dude that would tell you, oh yeah, I can get this, I can do that, I can get this and do that, or that type of shit, like what he's capable of.
Yes,
fucking all the time,
all of them.
And you knew better.
There's one in every clique. There's one in every, no matter what personality. But there's
you ain't lying. They always there, bro. And you knew better than to fucking believe them. So, like, God forbid you chase that one where he's like, he's your only resource for something, and you decide that, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let the leash out and see what you're capable of. And of course, motherfucker doesn't come through because of some stupid whatever, blah 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 blah.
Do those people make it into adulthood? Like, whatever happens to those people?
Those people probably talk their way into jobs they should not even be doing.
But then what happens after that? Because I've done that before.
Well, everybody, I guess, does that at one time or another. Either they come through good enough to keep the job, or they get fired. I don't know.
I mean, but like at some point, do they look themselves in the mirror and say,
No, I wish they did. I think it would be
like,
like a complete and total collapse of self. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, I'm a sham.
but do you think
Blow,
that they
blow my fucking
don't?
brains out.
No, but some of them, at least some of them, have to know that they're living a lie. They don't all believe that like what they're saying is 100% fake. Because
I don't,
I ran into Tom Brady at the Arby's yesterday.
I think that it doesn't matter whether or not they believe themselves because they get some sort of high from the reaction of people. Like and trust me on this, bro, I've had them in the family, bro. They get some sort of gratification by just saying what they say to you because they believe that it elicits some sort of reaction from you. So, like, if you're a total stranger and you're pick any one of my fucking family. Pick an uncle. One of my uncles that's dead and gone. These motherfuckers would stand in front of you straight faced and be like, "Yeah, I know the DA. I get out of shit all the time." Or, "Yeah, we got guns and money buried all over the property." Like, I've heard these stories. I know I've been there for some of them, and I've heard them from other people. Like a third person account, I'd be like, "Yeah, your uncle said this, blah 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 blah."
Knowing that it's 100%
100% fucking lie, bro. Like that shit just did not exist.
I never understood that. That's what I'm talking about. The person that can completely just make up a fucking whole fake.
I get it. Yeah, but check it out. I get it if there's something in the end for them. I don't get it if there's nothing for them. Like there's nothing to gain by me telling you that I have $1 million buried in my backyard. Right. So why would I fucking tell you that? Because I want you to think more of me. They want to be bigger in other people's eyes, so that's why they do it, bro.
But they don't realize, they have to realize that the person they're telling that to knows that they're lying.
No, because think about it like this: on the recipient end, like if you're telling me you got $1 million buried in your backyard, what's gonna come of it? Like right now, if I'm trying to pull your card and I'm like, "Hey, bro, you're full of shit. Go show me. Go show me right now. Go show me right now." You're gonna come up with some fucking reason or excuse, or be like, "Oh no, I can't do that. I can't show you this or that." So there's no way to verify it. So there's no reason for me to say anything other than "wow." Anyway,
well, that's right. So at that point, that's what I'm saying. Like, so what becomes of that person? Because nobody's gonna stick around with somebody.
They don't realize that shit. They're getting the gratification from just saying that shit. That's what I'm saying. It's a psychosis, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's like some Frasier shit, bro. For real.
That makes. I think you may have just. I think you're right. So it's a weird because it's funny because
it's a mental masturbation, bro. Mental masturbation. That's what it is.
Yeah. So like I thought of this. This came to me while we were discussing how like fabrication can kind of can happen through fogginess of memory, right? Like, you know, something happened.
That's innocent, though, bro.
Right, like it's not. We're filling in the blanks with probably the most likely situation. I think, right? Like probably maybe twisting in a little humor, but it's nothing that's not to be taken out of control.
Sure.
And then like so sometimes like so I'll always like prided myself on being like just. Not always an honest, like a real dude, like honest, you know, like I'm not hiding, not embellishing, you know what I'm saying? Like telling my stories.
Yeah, I'll say that about you. All
day.
For
a while.
All day.
Yeah, thank you. So for a while, though, like I found that I'd be telling my stories, telling my truths, and like I'm looking at the person and they're looking at me like, this nigga's lying. Like,
what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Right. Yeah, and so I'm like, and then I just kind of get uncomfortable and like, you know, just end the conversation. I'm like, all right, I'm definitely talking about myself too much. Fucking let's just change this, switch conversation. But on the other end, like sometimes I'll find like if I'm telling a story and like, I guess especially if it's to like somebody that I kind of know already and like I'll find myself maybe trailing off into some craziness and I'll feel super grimy, bruh. Like if I do ever like even like tell the slightest untruth
Yeah.
knowingly.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem lying.
Yeah.
But in me telling my story, it makes me feel crazy. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like that. But anyway, that's a complete fucking random thought. But yeah.
No, I feel you, bro. I've noticed. I don't like speaking a whole lot to people I ain't familiar with in the first place. Anyway, I'll say that off top.
Yeah.
I'll notice that if I pay too much attention to the people's reactions about what I'm saying, it's no good. It's bad. Like the fucking conversation will go south quick. Because I don't talk a bunch of bullshit. So if I'm telling the truth to you, if I'm speaking the truth to you, and you got this look on your face like I'm full of shit, I just want to punch you.
Oh, yeah, and I guess we'll see. In me, instead of just wanting to punch you, I'm just like, okay, well, different fucking topic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let it go real quick, bro. I don't know, bro. I guess I'm real quirky when it comes to that shit, bro, because I don't know. I don't like the dynamics of conversations. I really want to know you before I tell you anything about me at all. And I'm real wary of people that have so much to say about themselves. I don't appreciate it. I notice it. And a lot of times people in positions of authority, like your boss or something, they're not going to ask you about your day or your people or your job or your fucking feelings or any of that shit. They're going to tell you about themselves. You know so much about your boss's wife, dog, car, fucking all this shit because they're not shutting the fuck up and asking you, how about you, bro? How about your day? How about you as a person? They don't. It's not an equal volley, bro, and I can't respect it. And I noticed that off top with people real quick, and I don't respect them for it. And I don't call them out for it. I'm not going to be like, hey, shut up, asshole. Ask me about me, because really, I don't want to tell you about me. But if that's who you are, then that's who you are, and I don't appreciate that shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, 100%, 1,000%, bro. The bottom line is that these people wouldn't be in your life if they didn't have to be. You know?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be dealing with their bullshit unless you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, definitely, bro. They got a saying that I use. The people that I work with on the boats, at least to myself, like if I think a certain way about a person, like I think to myself, yeah, I would drink a beer on the bank with that dude. That's like the biggest fucking compliment for anybody I ever work with. Nobody, it's not like I say it out loud or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But to myself, it's like a metric, you know what I'm saying? And I've been working on the water for 15 years plus, probably 16, I don't even know. But on one hand, I could count the people that I would drink a beer on the bank with, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. And me just kind of thinking back, so you have been doing it for quite a while. And I can't, like, I've never been one to, like, make friends at the office and then socialize with them.
Yeah,
you know,
it's lanyard, bro. It's lanyard. It's like business first, and if we get along, that's great.
Right. And so, but you aren't either. Like, I can't think of anybody that you've ever brought, like, around from the boats.
No.
Like, not one person.
No. And I don't befriend them on any social media or none of that shit. I don't want them in my lives at all. We out there for a reason, and it's not because we came together to hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I feel the same way. Like, I never really understood the whole, I guess, like the need to want to form relationships within the whole work dynamic. Like, just for example, like allegedly Russell, every time he goes to a new office, like he's got like his office buddy, and like which is cool. I guess it's normal, right? Like that's what normal people do.
Is it?
Maybe I think it is. You know, like you get your work cliques, and like you know. Like every office has like its cliques.
Yeah, but is it? I mean, isn't utility underlying that whole dynamic? Isn't it just for a reason? It's not because you found a new great buddy. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like
but
there's motives,
right? Right. I wouldn't go to any team building meetings if I didn't think that it was gonna look bad if I didn't show up. Yes, 100% what you're saying is correct. Which is just all this is doing, and I'm saying all this. um, fuck, fuck going to work, man. Like it's so much of your life. It's easy for me to say because because I currently don't go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't plan on it, but it's such a big fucking part of it. It's so much time. Time is the most important thing that we have.
Dude, you telling me?
100%.
I'm questioning what the fuck I'm doing all this time, bro. Like I say, 15 years, 16 years I've been working on the water. What that means logistically, literally, what that means is 2/3, because that's the ratio, right? I go on the boats for a month. I come home for 2 weeks, right? So if you bring it out to, if you expand that to a year, the ratio is 2-to-1. All right. So if you expand that out to a year, 8 months out of the year, I'm on a boat. So if we're doing that in 16 years, fuck, I ain't doing the math, bro. That's like 10 years I done spent, whatever it is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I do.
on the
That's
water.
bad,
And
bro.
what's crazy is, like, I'm not like in any form or fashion, I'm not like the biggest, strongest dude. I'm not the the most powerful off of the line. Like I can't lift 400 pounds or some shit like that. But I have endurance. I've always had endurance. It's just a mindset. If I decide I'm gonna do something, let's just say, fucking. And literally, I had this conversation with my wife once upon a time. I was like, baby, we're going to be able to move out to the country one day. Her and I were in an apartment, and we were barely making ends meet. And I'm like, we're going to move out to the country one day. We're going to live on land, and we're going to have our own house. And I said, it doesn't matter if I have to buy property and get like the shittiest trailer and then build that house nail by fucking nail, but we're going to do it. I'm going to figure out a way and we're going to do it. Right. And nose to the grindstone, bro. Been working for so long. That was my goal, right? And, make captain. Stop working on the deck. Like, do something that you can, that has longevity. The fucking in NFL, bro, the quarterbacks, they're like, they don't have a long lifespan. As a quarterback, you probably have the longest lifespan. As a lineman, you have the shortest lifespan, just because of the physicality of things. So I was like, get up off the deck, go be a captain, because it's not physical and you could do it into old age. So I was like, all right, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be a captain.
Well, you've done all that. You've achieved all those goals, right?
I know, bro. But looking back now, I'm like, God damn, look how many years of my life I forfeited to be able to do that. And I'm at that point now, and I'm like, well, fuck, where do we go from here? Because this ain't the end. This ain't what I'm not gonna be climbing up them stairs to the wheelhouse at fucking 75. You know what I'm saying? And none of this was my dream to begin with, and that's the biggest fucking thorn in my side. None of it was the dream that I had to begin with. And I think a lot of people go through this. They have their dreams and they have their hopes, and then it dwindles down to what's more realistic, bro? I watched the fucking I guess documentary, if you want to call it that. Big Mike's on Netflix right now with his own show, and he goes, part of the segment of one of his shows, he goes to talk to little kids, first, second graders, whatever they are.
Who is this? Big Mike?
Yeah, Killer Mike, bro, my bad.
Oh, Killer Mike. What is this show? Why have you not told me about this?
I'll link you to it after, bro. But so he goes and sits down with little kids in a classroom, and he's like, asking them all, what do you want to be when you grow up? And one of them's like president. One of them's like astronaut. One of them's like scientist. He's like, look, y'all are never going to be any of them things. Straight up. He's like, look, y'all are never going to be any of them things. You need to think about things that are more realistic, If you're driving along in your car and your car breaks, then you get out and fix it, unless you don't know how. You need to know how to fix your car. You're going to be making money, hopefully, at some point in your life. Do you know how to do your own taxes? Do you know how to, balance a budget, checkbook, and all this other shit, right?
Yeah,
Bringing them back down to ground zero. The point I'm trying to make, is I put my nose to the grindstone and did something that had utility, not my dream. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Yes.
I've reached my utility goal. Now it's time
Yes.
to pursue my dream goal.
I agree.
See
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
I'll back you 100%. Dude, I am 100% behind you and in your camp, and wouldn't ever defer from that. I feel like I see you and I know you want it so bad, but at the same time you work so hard to get what you have. So it's like I could only understand the dilemma that you have inside your head, right? So, but I think it might help you to realize, I don't know, it's like I'm kind of realizing that there's different phases, right? Just like you're obviously taking steps to move towards the next phase, right? With what you're doing with New Orleans musicians and with this podcast. That's all you can do, bro. Just got to keep moving forward. And I mean, it just sucks that you spend so much time away, bro. That kills me.
Yeah. Kills everybody, bro. And I think
Just because-
that we could expand this topic out to all the Reloaded 504ians. A lot of y'all are stuck in jobs, and I say stuck because you chose that job because it made a check, not because it was what you wanted to do from jump. You know what I'm saying? And my advice to them people out there is this: you go make sure you get that for sure money. That's your check. That's your benefits. All that other shit. Go make sure you get that. Don't just negate that. Go make sure you get that, and all the while just be plotting that your side hustle turns into your fucking for sure money too. Like, don't ever give up on your dream. You know what I'm saying? Just make it your plan B. Make it your side hustle. Get that for sure money from the man, and then put all of that into whatever you could do for your side hustle until it becomes your dream job. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah, man. I've gone through life is crazy, man. Everybody's got their own story. Everybody's got their own their own path, and the path is never a straight line.
Fuck no.
Like, Katrina rolled around. I went in a completely different direction, went back to school, started a new life as a drafter. Did that for 10 years. It sucked. I didn't like that. I was proud of the work that I did, like I'm super happy that I did it when my grandmother was around, and that, she I was successful while she was around.
Yeah.
As a traditional,
that makes sense
American
to the older
9 to
folks.
5 employer.
Yep.
I'm really, really happy that she got to see me as that. And it's funny because if she could see me now, she would not be proud of me at all. She would be fucking. She would be nervous as fuck. She would just be like.
Well, it's instability comes with forays into new ventures, bro. Plain and simple, bro.
Yeah, and that. Anyway, I'm just kind of piggybacking on what you said. I mean, I agree with it all 100%. And for all the people out there, do what you gotta do, but never forget about the things that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's for me. It kind of worked out. Like, I've been such a fucking. I'm just like I'm a trash bag who's floated through life and just kind of like gotten by on white privilege and my stunning good looks and my intellect.
That dude just called himself a trash bag. Sign out, bro. We got to get off on that note, trash bag.
No. But let me explain. So I just
no. We signing off, bro. Trash
somebody
bag.
grabs
Sign
me
off,
from
trash
the sky,
bag.
and then that's just what I do for a while. Yeah. Sign off. That's cool.
Peace out,
I
Water
lost
Sons.
all sound.
Hey, we love y'all, Reloaded 504ians. Keep on tuning in, and don't forget to check out the new website, reloaded504.com. Bunch of trippy
so
visuals.
beautiful.
They got music videos on there from us, like the Market Street Power Plant we break into places, anything, everything. Come check us
Y'all
out.
gotta
Trippy
check that
visuals,
shit
good
out.
podcast. Peace.
Drone footage,
Peace.
nudes,
Peace.
full frontals.
Peace.